Hi, my name is Ning Xiang with metric number 158284. Now I'm going to show you how to interact with my module, which is the student module. So in the main page, it consists of 5 different buttons. The first button is the student button. So when you click it, you will go to the student main page, which consists of 4 different buttons. So when you click the first button, you will go to the student master detail page, where you can select the student that you want to edit or view, and you can view the information of this student and also the subject taken, bills paid, and also feedback given by this student. You can also create or edit or delete everything inside here. So when I go to the second button, student feedback, here I'm using the feedback card to represent my student feedback, and the card can be picked to edit or delete, or even create a new card. Here I can also search through the cards that I want through the anything inside here, and also I can also order the feedback using the feedback ID or feedback date. Okay, go to the third button, student bills. So when in the bill main page, it consists of 2 different buttons. First one is the bill interactive report. It shows the interactive report or the bill table. And above that are some extra information about the bills, and also can edit it, created or deleted. So this button I will explain later. When I go to the second button of this page, bill payment metadata, because bill payment method consists of 2 types, credit debit card and also cash. So there are 2 different subtype tables, which are these 2 tables. I represent it using the interactive report. And here, when I click the manage CDC detail, I can view through the credit debit card details of, and also some list of bill paid by this credit card debit card. I can also create, delete, or edit everything here. And when I go to the third button of the student page, student registration, this page it will show the student registration table using the interactive report, and also some extra chart or pie chart showing the extra information. That's all for me. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Nuranaja binti Baris and my matrix number is 158560. As for our application, I took care class module. To go to the main page, you just need to press this button. It will show the 3 main functions under this module, which is teacher information, teacher details, and modify the information. As for teacher information, I use the faceted search to ask the admin to know who are registered under our tuition center. Meanwhile, for the teacher details, I use master details to link between 3 tables, which is teachers, classes, and qualifications. As for example, the teacher will display all the details about Henry Roberts, and the class will be display the classes under him and qualifications owned by him. This icon can be pressed whenever we want to edit the class that are related to him, and this plus button we can use whenever we want to add new classes under him. Meanwhile, for the modify information, it will bring us to another 4 pages, which is teacher, subject, class, and qualifications. As for these 4 pages, it has the same functions, which is either to edit the existing data or to add new data. However, for class and qualifications, it kind of related with teacher and subject. So before we want to create new data between the class and qualifications, we need to have existed teacher ID and subject ID beforehand. That's all for my module. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Kijumi with the metric number 158216. Today I'm going to demonstrate our tuition center on the asset part. And here there is a phone navigation button that allows us to navigate to the other page directly. Here is an interactive report which we can apply, change, delete, or also can say here is a sum of a guideline that we have provided it. And also we also can create it. For this one we can select it from the existing data, and here we can see there is a summarize of an available unit that each asset ID that we have. Another thing is that here we can see that there is a filtration button for us to filter it. Here is a total asset quantity which is based on the class ID that we have. And also here is the edit button that allow us to perform like before, create, delete, and also modify the data. Here is the asset main page. We will return to the main page. Here is like before the filtration button, which allow to filter it, and also here is allowed to filter it based on the data that we wanted to see it. And also here is a delete, create, or also delete the data in the database already existed. Here is a filtration button for us to filtrate, and also here allow us to do the edit, delete, and also create the data. Here it allows us to display the data that we wish to see, like based on asset ID and also asset description like that. Then it will display it.
So good day everyone, my name is Yu Kok Jun and my match number is 1586X7. So in this case study, the module that I will in charge is organization. So now let's go into the organization main page. So there are 4 buttons that I set for in the organization main page. When you click the first button, which is director info, it will show up all the director name card which contains the director name, director ID and the director name. And here we can click the edit button to update the director data, and we also can create the director data. Okay, so after this, let's click the return and we go to the second button. So the second button is branch. So the branch, as we can see, we got the search function here. So when you click on the Johor in branch stage there, so it will come up the data. It will come on the data with 4 branch in Johor, and we also can search based on the director ID. So here's one of the chart. Here is one of the chart that show the number of branch in each state. So it's same if when click the edit button, so it will able to let us to edit the data in the branch database, and we also can create a new data into the database. So after this, let's go to the classroom. So for classroom, we will do as iterative report. As you can see, you can direct edit the data here, and we can direct create the data over here. So and below that, we also got prepared 2 chart, which is the classroom in each branch and the classroom amount with different capacities. So after this, let's go to the last one with time slot. So in time slots, we use the smart filter. So we can click on the TS day. We can search for the class on time slot available on Monday. So when you click on Monday, so we will all come up the data in Monday. So in here, we also got prepared 2 chart with the number of class in different days and the number of time slot with different durations. And here we also can edit the data by clicking the edit button, and also we can click the data inside the database. So after this, let us go to the section 3.0, which include the SQL query. As the query require us to provide the classroom that have 3 or more classes on Monday, which rank from the lowest to highest count of the teacher involved. So here is the result. So as you can see, the number of class is 3 or more than 3, and the number of teacher involved is ascending order. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.